Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh. Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Kodash, double honor, son to the elder apostles and great millstone. For the teachings of the scriptures, among other things, Shalom to the sincere Hakim across the world. Now, I had made a video named The Gentiles Saved in the New Testament Are Explained to be Israelites in the Old Testament. So this guy, Brandon Salvant, a real advocate for the other nations being saved also. Yeah, you have to understand, in the time of slavery and in the time of the conquistadors, when they went over there in America, they didn't come to bring beauty, peace, and salvation for everybody else. They came to rape, rob, murder, slaughter, butcher in the name of Caesar Borgia. So now all of a sudden, fast forward, they used to say only Edomites can make it in the kingdom. Now everybody can make it from the same race. It comes from the same race now. Anyway, it says here, so he said, Isaiah 49 and 6, he says, "It is a small thing for you to be my servant, to restore the tribes of Jacob, and to bring back those of Israel I have kept. I will also make you a light to the Gentiles, that my salvation may reach to the ends of the earth." Okay, so I typed in, those Gentiles are Israelites in a Gentile state of mind. 1 Corinthians chapter 12, verse 2. Let me see something here. Where did I put it? 1 Corinthians. No, I didn't put it there. Yeah, I can just grab it here. 1 Corinthians 12 and 2. Ye know that ye were Gentiles, carried away unto these dumb idols, even as you were led. And this happened in the book of Maccabees. 2 Maccabees chapter 6, if I'm correct. Oh, shit. Right, 2 Maccabees chapter 6. Right, yeah, verse 6. Neither was it lawful for a man to keep the Sabbath days or ancient fasts, or to profess himself at all to be a Jew. So we started to not call ourselves Israelites no more. And then therefore, we started to be heathens. And what did we do? Verse 9. And whoso would not conform themselves to the manner of the Gentiles should be put to death. So in fear of death, you had a big bulk of the people that was just going to call themselves after those things that they told them to do. And then their children start to forget about it. Like the children that are born right now, a lot of these children don't think that there is something wrong with being a same gender relationship haver. You know, they don't think it's something wrong with it. But the ones that grew up in the 90s, they know it's something wrong with it. That's why you have a lot of those being closet sodomites. They was hiding it because they know it's wrong. Then might a man have seen the present misery. So if you know the past, that's how you know and understand the future of why things are happening right now, for example, you know? Now going further, Matthew chapter 18, verse 17. And if he shall neglect to hear them, tell it unto the church. But if he neglect to hear the church, let him be unto thee as an heathen man and a publican. So Israelites would refer to one another as heathens if they didn't want to be brotherly, or if they didn't want to listen to something that has been told. You know, if you read the rest of it, you will understand. The Edomite government, I can't type Edomite in the comment section because they're going to delete it. Here I can in the title. The Edomite government has lied to you that you are a part of the bloodline of Jacob. The Bible is a family book, and that family is Jacob. Amos 3 and 1. Hear this word that Yahweh had spoken against you, O children of Israel, against the whole family which I brought up from the land of Egypt, saying, Mizraim, saying, You only have I known of all the families of the earth. Therefore, I will punish you for all your iniquities. And those nations that are mentioned are the Israelites. There are so many. Oh, there are so many of them. Hey, okay. There are so many of them that they were called many nations. For example, Genesis chapter 35, verse 10. Let me get it here. Genesis 35 and 10. And the power said unto him, thy name, the angel did it. Thy name is, but the Heavenly Father spoke through him. Thy name is Jacob. Thy name shall be, thy name shall not be called any more Jacob, but Israel shall be thy name. And what is the meaning of his name? And he called his name Israel. And the power said unto him, I am the power almighty. So the Heavenly Father spoke through the angel. Be fruitful and multiply. Here it comes. A nation and a company of nations shall be of thee. So when it says that, also when it says that concerning the blessing that Abraham got, which is Genesis chapter 22, verse 18, and in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed, because thou hast obeyed my voice. It says, in thy seed shall all the nations of the earth be blessed. All the nations of the earth is not talking about the nations of the heathen nations. But to be all fair, all nations got their blessings. For example, Esau got his blessing. Ishmael got his blessing. What more? The Rechabites got their blessing, which are the Midianites, Kenites. The Kenites, which are the Midianites. Here. Jeremiah 35 and 19. Therefore, thus saith the Lord of hosts, the power of Israel, Yahweh. Jonadab, the son of Rechab, of the Rechabites, the Kenites, shall not want a man to stand before me forever. Meaning, there will always be a man of the house of the Rechabites that will believe in Yahweh and will serve him. That's the blessing that the Most High invoked on him. Just like how Ishmael has his blessing, they really believe in one power, but their power goes actually to the cow Baal, but they don't believe that. But anyway, that's why they have the crescent moon, and then Esau has the sun, which is symbolic for the pee-pee, and the moon thing is symbolic for the vagina, which they don't believe in. But the fact that they believe in something, it's just crazy in itself. Yeah, the heathens that have nothing and still yet they believe, and they don't change their gods. Jeremiah 2 and 11. Had a nation changed their gods, which are yet no gods? They don't change their gods, even though their gods are not even gods. It's nothing. It's an idol. And yet they don't change it. They stay firm in one. But my people have changed their glory for that which doth not profit. Our people changed the living power. They change him, even though he's real and he's the living power. And yet the heathen nations, they have no God. And yet they don't change their God. They stay straight fast in one line, worshiping the thing that they have been worshiping now for what, 1600 years? Since maybe 1400 years? Since the 1600, since 600? I think it's the 600 or something. When was Islam established? Which year? 610. 610. Right. Since 610 until now, they worship one entity, which is the Allah, what they believe in. Their Allah. Anyway, you can read this chapter for yourself. I did a video about this. You can find it in my video list thing, you know, when you type it in, search for videos and stuff like that. But anyway, they got their blessing, and let me see. Every nation got their blessing. Every nation had at one point of time some great form of leadership or rulership, I should say, sorry. The Assyrian Empire, they got theirs. The Mizraim, which is the Egyptians, they got theirs. The Babylonian, they got theirs. The Greeks, well, it's the same thing as the Romans and the same thing as the Edomites. It's the Edomites. So they got theirs multiple times even. Let me see. You had the Asian dynasties when they had their rulership over a certain particular part of the world. So everybody had their blessing. Elam had their blessing, like the Persian Empire. The Japhetic people had their blessing, which were the Medes. And of course, they integrated with the Persians and stuff like that, you know, made children with them. And the Persians made children with the Medes. You know, I'm talking about the men only, because the women don't matter. So everybody had their blessing, right? So, yeah, anyway. So and in the end, all the nations, they will be preserved, I should say, because of the Israelites, because that's why they are alive. They are alive. The meaning of life is to serve the nation of Israel. Let me go on. So yeah, so Genesis chapter 35, verse 11. And the power said unto him, I am the power almighty. Be fruitful and multiply. A nation, which is the nation of Jacob, and a company of nations shall be of thee. Shall come from you, Jacob. You will have a nation and a company of nations coming from you, from your seed, through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob shall be of thee, and kings shall come out of thy loins. Okay, Abraham and Isaac. Go to the book of Genesis, chapter 48, to verse 18. And Joseph said unto his father, Not so, my father, for this is the firstborn. Put thy right hand upon his head. And his father Jacob refused and said, I know it, my son, I know it. He also shall become a people, and he shall be and he also shall be great. But truly his younger brother Ephraim shall be greater than Manasseh. His seed, Ephraim's seed, shall become a multitude of nations, which come out of Jacob. Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Because he was the second born. You can read the rest for yourself if you have the time. He put his left hand upon Manasseh's head, and he put his right hand upon the head of Ephraim. And it displeased Joseph, and he said, Father, what are you doing? To remove it from Ephraim's head onto Manasseh's head. Jacob didn't want that, because he saw something else. So Ephraim is a multitude of nations, him alone. And you can catch that here. Genesis chapter 49, verse 22. Joseph, which is the stick of Ephraim, which are the so-called potricanos, which are dark and light. Right here. I was thinking about it, sorry. Ezekiel 37 and 15, if I'm correct, right? Let me see something. 16. Moreover, thou son of man, Ezekiel, son of man, take thee one stick and write upon it, for Judah, and for the children of Israel, his companions. So, the northern tribers. Sorry, the southern tribers. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the northern tribers, the stick of Ephraim, and for all the house of Israel, his companions. And put them together, and join them one to another into one stick, and they shall become one in thine hand. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show unto us what thou meanest by these? Say unto them, Thus saith Yahweh the power, Behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, and the tribes of Israel his fellows. And I will put them with him. With who? Even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in mine hand. Right. So they became together. Joseph, Genesis 49 and 22. Joseph is a fruitful son, even a fruitful son by a well. His daughter villages run over a wall. It's like this. Here, branches on a wall, they grow. Let me see. No, sorry. This is Ephraim. He's all over the place, and he basically he's just all over the place. He's in abundance. You know, he's a multitude of nations. It looked like the Matrix thing. You know the Matrix thing? With the letters and all that type of stuff. That's Ephraim. Let me see. Through. This is Ephraim. He bursts through everything. Condoms, whatever. You know, that's how he grows. This is how he grows. Ephraim grows like this. You can't stop him concerning making babies. That's why all of a sudden the Zika thing came, and all of a sudden it was gone. Where did it go? You know? But I'm not going to talk about that. I hope you already know what they did down there in South America concerning they want to put the fear in you that you stop making children. That's what they did there. All of a sudden you don't hear nothing about the Zika virus anymore. Where did it go? They say it came from mosquitoes. Esau is always, see, they want to push the condom thing. You know? It's spread by mosquitoes. Mosquitoes have been here for thousands of years. And the earth is not millions of years old. But mosquitoes have been for thousands of years. They never provided or produced the Zika thing, you know? But here, you have 750 million genetically engineered mosquitoes approved. Approved by who? The Heavenly Father? No. This devil that calls himself God. He sitteth in the seat of God because he think he's the Most High. Isaiah 14. That was originally for the king of Babylon at that time. But nowadays it's talking about the modern day king of Babylon, Esau. Just like he is now the modern day king of Tyre or Tyrus. It's the same thing. Which was a Canaanite. This was 750 million just being released. Approved to be released by who? Esau. And then you have another one which is an this was in 2020 and this was in 2024. Here, I think it was surpassed 1 billion. Let me see billions. Here, I didn't even type mosquitoes. I just type in GMO billion released. Genetically modified release. Let me see billions. Over 1 billion mosquitoes have been released since 2019. So this is what they're doing. They're approving it. But they're just making stuff up. And you think that this is not going to cause some hell? These people know that they're destroying stuff. Originally imported from Hawaii and released in Queensland as a biological control for beetle pest of sugarcane, because they want to they did it for money's sake, because they was losing money with the sugarcane industry, so they wanted to kill these beetles that was eating the sugarcane. So they brought these cane toads over there, and what did the cane toads do? They are extremely hardy animals and voracious predators of insects and other small things. But anyway, what kills cane toads instantly in Australia? Okay, well, let me type in something different. It destroyed the land. That's what it did. Here. This is what I mean. I'll put this link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Now, what does it do? It kills all the other animals also because it is poisonous. So when these other animals eat it, they die. The snakes, the beasts, all type of beasts, all type of animals, they eat it, and the ecosystem is suffering because of it. Now you can check out, if I find a better documentary, you know, explaining what type of animals are dying because of the thing that the frogs that will never be eaten, because the snakes are dying, and therefore all the other predators that prey on snakes, they're gonna die too, because there's not a lot of snakes left for them to be eating and all that type of stuff. And then that one is also it's a whole chain of events. But anyway, going on to over here. Here, the book of Genesis chapter 4, T9 49 22. Israel is Joseph is a fruitful son. Ban. He's a fruitful son. Even a fruitful son by a well. Proverbs chapter 1. That's why I love being basic scriptures to not Proverbs, sorry, Psalms, to explain things simply, Lord willing. Psalms 1, and I'm gonna go straight to the point. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of waters. If you are near water, you will be very, very prosperous as a tree. So a man near the waters of Yahweh Bashem Yahshai, sorry, he will always be prosperous, because Jeremiah chapter 2 shows you that. 13, Jeremiah 2:13. For my people have committed two evils. They have forsaken me, the fountain of living waters. This is the same water that Yahweh brought to the Israelites, and hewed them out cisterns, broken cisterns, and that can hold no water. They go to the waters of Egypt to drink their gutter water, their gutter philosophies, and they go to the waters and the river of Assyria, which is the Euphrates River, but that's in the physical form. In the spiritual form, it's their philosophies. Just like how we drink the philosophies, the doctrine of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that's the living water, not the gutter water that will kill you, or the strange woman that will kill you, because it's a double-edged sword. A two-edged sword is what her end is. Sharp as a two-edged sword. These are the strange women. These are the other philosophies. This is the water of the heathen nations, which you and many other people are drinking, because you think that it's talking about you. That's false. That's not the truth. So, going back to over here. So, Joseph is a fruitful son whose branches run over the wall, and the branches are talking about the villages. Hebrew 13:23, because he's prosperous, the daughter villages. He has a lot of children. He has a lot of here, for example, let me give you an example. Mesopotamia, and then here. Now this is a city called Nineveh, for example, okay? And then you have the daughter villages of Nineveh. This is the Chaldeans or something. But the point is that here you can see a daughter village of the city. So what did Ephraim do? He, for example, now replaced this Nineveh with like Ephraim. Then you have a city of Ephraim, for example, right? And then you have daughter villages springing forth out of this city, because there's too much of them. There's too many of them. So they sprinkle themselves across all over the world. And you can catch that here, which is Joshua 21. And how did the Levite spread? They spread like this. Verse 13, Joshua 21:13. Thus they gave to the children of Aaron the priests Hebron and her suburbs to be a city of refuge for the slayer, and Libnah with her suburbs. That's the only reason I'm grabbing this, to show you that these other villages, these towns and stuff like that, were called women. And Jatir and her suburbs, and Estemoa and her suburbs. And you have other places and her villages also and stuff like that. Her villages, her towns. Here, another one. That's what I was actually looking for, because people might say, well, that's not what it says. It said suburbs. It didn't say villages, daughter villages. These are the daughter villages with her towns and villages. So Ekron is, if I'm correct, it was the Hamites' place. Yeah. The Philistines here. The Philistines, Ekron, right? And her suburbs. Or, sorry, her villages and her towns. Ashdod, also the Hamites, the Philistines, which are Hamites, but the Philistines again, with her towns and her villages. Gaza, with her towns and her villages, unto the river of Egypt, and the great sea, and the border thereof. The point is, her villages. So, Joseph is a fruitful tree, a fruitful son. He's a tree, just like in Psalms. Just like in Psalms chapter 1, he's a fruitful plant because he was also in Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, and he was also literally as physical, very fruitful. Here, Hosea 13:1. When Ephraim spake trembling, when you fear the Lord, he exalted himself. That's how he exalted himself, by humbling himself toward Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. Then the Lord exalted him. But when he offended in Baal, he died. When he started to serve Baal, the Lord started to butcher him and kill him. You know, because a lot of our people, what did they do? If you worship Baal, then this is what you do. This is one of the things that they did. That's why you see all these celebrities always missing children and stuff like that. Just like Kanye Pest, he said, here in Hollywood, always somebody ends up missing. Ends up missing. Family members, they miss. Because those are indirect sacrifices. You sign here on the dotted line, indirectly somebody in your family dies. But it had all to do with this. If you didn't sign it, they wouldn't die. Not like that. As a sacrifice. Psalms 106:38. And shed innocent blood, the Israelites did. I start here. 36. And they served their idols, which were a snare unto them. Yea, the Israelites sacrificed their sons and their daughters unto the devils of Canaan, and shed innocent blood, even the blood of their sons and of their daughters, whom they sacrificed unto the idols of Canaan. And the land was polluted with blood. So, anyway, enough of this. Going back to over here. A multitude and a multitude of nations, a company of nations. That is what the Israelites will. That's what the son of Jacob shall produce. So going back to over here, it says a company of nations. So what does that mean? A nation and many nations with that one nation. That is what it means. Genesis 48:19. And Joseph said unto his, I already read that. So basically that is it. Let me see here. And you read Isaiah 49:6. And he said, it is a light thing that thou shouldest be my servant, to raise up the tribes of Jacob, and to restore the preserved of Israel. It says here, preserved of Israel, to restore them. It says it right here in the sentence, to restore them. Okay, going on. I will also, so it says here, also give thee for a light unto the Gentiles, that thou mayest be my salvation unto the end of the earth. Those Gentiles is talking about Israelite foreigners that became Gentiles. The preserved of Israel. Here you can read this. And let me see, what did I hear? The word preserved. Keep safe and free from harm. So I looked up this one, preserved. Keep safe, and I looked it up here too, which says, before advance, to keep. So they was to be kept from in advance. Who was that? Before the foundation of the earth, I have chosen thee already. Ephesians chapter 2, verse 4, if I'm correct. No, sure. No, then it is 2. No, maybe it's 1. Verse 4. Ephesians 1:4. According as he had chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us unto the adoption of the children by Yahushua Mashiach himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. And what is another word for preserved? The preserved of Israel, the remnant. So I'm going to hit it up with these last 3. Right, so it says here, Micah 5:7, and the remnant of Jacob shall be in the midst of many people, as a dew from the Lord. It says the remnant. As the showers upon the grass that tarried not for man, nor waited for the sons of men. Zechariah 14:2. For I will gather all nations against Jerusalem to battle, and the city shall be taken, and the houses rifled, and the women ravished, and half of the city shall go forth into captivity, and the residue of the people shall not be cut off from the city. The residue, the preserved of Israel. Yeah, sorry for the interruptions. Revelation 21:12. And had a great wall, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. On the east 3 gates, on the north 3 gates, on the south 3 gates, and on the west 3 gates. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. So these are the Israelites that will be saved, along with the innumerable multitude, which are Israelites also. Of, just like in the book of Acts 2:5, it says that, verse 9, and they sung a new song, saying, Thou art worthy to take the book, and to open the seals thereof, for thou wast slain, and hast redeemed us to Yahweh by thy blood out of every kindred, and tongue, and people, and nations. Should I read that again? And hast redeemed us from where? To Yahweh by thy blood. From where? Out of them. Out of them you redeemed us. Out of every language in existence, you redeemed us. Out of every people, you redeemed us. What does redeem mean? Back, buy. Buy back from what? Judges 2:14. And the anger of the Lord was hot against Israel, and he delivered them into the hands of spoils that spoiled them. Spoilers. And he sold them into the hand of their enemies round about, so that they could not any longer stand before their enemies. He sold us many times. He sold us again. This time into the hand of the king of Mesopotamia. This time it was into the hand of the Hamites. Here he sold them again until the Canaanites this time. And he sold us again to the Philistines and the Ammonites. Sold us again. Oh yeah, here's what, this is a mentioning of these solds. Right. So we are bought back. out of the people of the earth, the tongues, languages, the kinds, and the nations out of them, and has made us unto our God, not their God, our God, kings and priests, and we shall reign on the earth. And we're going to rule over them. Revelation 2:26. And he that overcometh and keepeth my works unto the end, to him will I give power over what? Over the nations, the actual heathen nations. And he, the Israelites, shall rule over them. Oh, with them, what a joke. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron. As the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers, even as I received of my Father. Buy back from being sold unto them. That's what the Lord does. He sent his son to buy us back, to redeem them from among the Israelites, and to preserve, from among the heathens, and to preserve the Israelites that are called Gentiles, either by themselves or by force. For example, in America, you have a lot of so-called black people that fight, this is a great nation. Then you have other so-called black people that say, no, this nation is enslaved us, took everything from us. Well, no. What do you mean you don't have any chances? I'm successful. So if I could do it, you could do it too. You know, stop hating on the white man and blaming the white man. You need to blame yourself. You have bitch-made Negroes like that, you know, which are more in abundance than the ones that will hate America and the people that did those things unto us and want payback and revenge. This shows you that there will be no equality. So, let me see the last one. Revelation 5. Where did I put that one? Click to the right, I think then. Yeah, okay, yeah. Right. Oh yeah. Acts 2:5. And they were dwelling at Jerusalem, Jews, devout men, out of every nation under heaven. Revelation chapter 5. Here. So with that, I'm going to say Shalom.